Hey guys, Chris, Ironhead Garage. Well, we're back out in the shop some more, working on this old truck. As you can see, I did some body work, puttied them holes up after I welded them, and shot some paint on there, scuffed it with the Scotch-Brite pad, and I did get a bunch more of this green off of here. I think I'm going to take this whole strip of green off, because under there is the gold. I painted the cab corner down there, blended her in, and I'll sand all this more after it's all done. I did take all the green off of that upper cab there and this line here, because I'm going to polish this probably, because when I had just bare gold here, it really shined. So I'm going to polish that up after it's all done, and then I want to take this green off of the upper roof here, because it's all gold up there, and I think that'll look pretty cool, especially after I put my stainless back on. So I got the bed all sanded inside, got all that heavy rust off of there. Boy, that was a messy job. And I did the top of the rails, and I did this side too. So now I need to put that rust converter on any rust I can find in there, any little spots around them screws. I might coat the whole bed rail on top with it, and then blend her all in. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Got pretty dusty in here. I did the body work on that cab corner there. Came out sweet looking. Did a little Scotch-Brighting on it, and I did the holes that were in the door there. After I welded them, put a little putty there, and I put some putty on those holes that were there. Obviously I welded them up first, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. The top of the door is looking nice now. I even had a little dent here. I did a little bit of body work on it. So yeah, pretty cool. A lot of gold on this side of the door. And I'll sand this all a bunch more. Try to blend it all in. She'll be calico. I'm waiting to back her up, and then I can take these fenders outside and sand these up. Gets the shop so dusty in here. The rear fenders and the inside of, or the outside of the bed, I'm gonna have to sand in the shop, but that's not bad. Yeah, I've been trying to get the bed all lined up. I was gonna put the, where'd it go? I was gonna put the front of the bed on, but then I realized, man, I better sand, and I still need to paint this stuff with the good rust paint. It's got the converter on there, and I need to paint it up under here still with the good paint. After I put some more converter on all this. I have my wing window out on the driver's side. Been working on this wing window because I'm going to replace all the seals. I got the seals for the wing windows, and I got new glass for the wing windows, and I got new glass and weather stripping for the whole door, and then the, what are these called, whiskers that go inside that the glass come through. I got those, and the weather stripping around the door. But I got to be super careful with these wing windows. I couldn't get this nut off here, and you sure the hell you don't want to break this shaft. So I heated it up there with my little torch and got that hotter than hell, and started to break loose, and I just worked it back and forth a little bit at a time, and I was able to get it to spin off there. And then I retapped this. Retap the nut, retap the shaft, so it's all good shape now. There's a little piece in here you have to put back right, because that's what controls the window from opening up so far, and I got that busted loose. So when I take this all apart, I can get that out. You got to put it back the right way. So to take these apart, you just drill those two rivets out there. It'll be either 5/32 rivets I bought, and then up here on the top, see where, let me flip this guy around. You want to drill out, these are fragile. You want to drill out that rivet right there on the top, and then you leave this side one, and then you leave that one right there. Then you can pivot this frame you can grab this frame and you can pivot it this way, and then you can get this this glass channel out of there. You pull this out and then pull that pin out right there and get that all taken care of. But yeah, I got the rubber piece that goes in there that the glass sets apart. That's where you need the correct rivets. They do make the stock ones that go in there into that guy, but if you just use regular 5/32, I think, or 1/4 inch rivets, they won't stick through inside the glass channel. And then I got the felt that goes inside this wing window channel. Yeah, when I took it off, I did end up breaking one of these clips. I had to drill all these out, so I welded a little nut there, a couple spot welds, and this one I tapped, and it's pretty good, so I'll reuse that little nut clip. But yeah, it's gonna be nice to have new seals in my wing windows. I wish I did this on my 55 Chevy Gasser. Maybe one day. Seems like if it says 55 Chevy, everything's like 3 times as much money. It's crazy. So, I'm rambling on. I'm going to put some rust converter on there and let her cure. Get some paint on the inside of these bed rails and the tops of these bed rails. Then I can put that piece back together and start doing some more. Alright. I'm on it. Alright, well, I got the first coat of rust converter on it. Yeah, you can put it down the top of the bed rails. So it's kind of turning black now, a little bit of purple in it still, but yeah. Is this the best stuff out there? Who knows? The other stuff, like the POR 15, that stuff's way expensive. Is this better than using nothing? Definitely. Definitely. Alright guys, I'm going to let this cure up and put another coat on it. Alright, last time you guys seen it, it had that rust converter on the bed. Well, I put another coat on it and let it cure. And then I sprayed it with red oxide everywhere the converter was. And everywhere there was bare metal. I did the top of the bed rails. Got that side all done, and then I sprayed the turquoise on it. Teal, I guess it is, but pretty darn close to turquoise. Same thing pretty much. Got the front of the bed bolted on there. I'm going to sand all this a little bit to try to make it look worn. But yeah, it looks pretty good. The bed rails look pretty good. I got all new hardware on there. Some grade 8 bolts over that side. See those big holes over there? I think that was back in the days when you'd run a CB in your truck. Had one of them big old whip antennas on it probably. Yeah, that'd be alright there. So, this brace here holds the braces that hold my steps. The steps bolt onto the bottom of the bed there. I believe there's a couple bolts underneath here that hold it. But here's the braces. And I rust converted them up and sprayed them with that rust semi-gloss paint. So yeah, they're pretty darn sound. These weren't rusted, just surface rust. So I ran the tap in them holes, cleaned all the crud out, and I'm gonna bolt these guys up and try to get this bed all squared up the best I can. I'll do a bunch of measuring and get them other braces in there. Maybe work on them wing windows too. Alright guys, she's looking way better. Back on it. Well, I went ahead and put them braces on to hold the steps. And there's a little bit of adjustment in there. This moves about a 1/2 inch or so. So I believe I need to bolt this up to the rear fender and then the bed first. Get it all nice and tight. And then pull these up to it and then tighten these up. But before I do that, I need to sand these a little bit more. I did put the rust converter on there where the surface rust was, and I did the bottom side, but I need to paint it with that rust paint, and I think I want to sand a little bit more of this step, make it a little bit smoother, then paint that teal on here and try to blend it in I keep a bunch of the green and stuff, but raining outside today, and I don't want to sand too much in the shop right now because it's kind of dust free. So, oh, I did make these little gaskets that go in between the bed rails in the bed that keep the bed from rubbing metal to metal to the frame. Yeah, they're like 1/8 inch. I think this was a big roll of glass tape I had. It's really tough, so I just made a bunch of them. I think there was 8 of them I made, and I got ones in here, and I got one on this side. So I got all the holes lining up now. The box is as square as I can get it to the truck. She's off like, I don't know, 1/8 or something maybe, you know, side to side, but pretty darn close. I did kind of mock this one up over here, this step, but I want to sand that one too. So yeah, so maybe when the sun starts shining, I'll take that outside and sand them and paint them up. But I believe I'm going to do this wing window. They say scale the 1 to 5. This is a 5. It can't be that darn hard. So I'm not sure how much I'll show of this. I'll show a little bit of it, but I got the tape and gasket for the wing window and all that good stuff. And I remember I got that broken loose. So after I do this one, practice on this one, I'm sure to be a piece of cake. I'll take that guy out. You can see someone shot it with a BB gun. Probably the neighbor kids years ago. But anyway, I'll get that one out too. And I'll get that glass out of there because I got new glass too. And we'll replace that. I got the other glass over there. Just got to take it apart. All right, back on it. The old truck's coming along. All right, sitting here working on these wing windows and watching some good old drag racing. Yeah, don't get better than that. But so I did drill those rivets out there with a bigger drill bit with like a 3/16 so you could knock the heads off them because it's hard to get in here. And then I took my 5/16 bit, not 5/16, 5/32 bit, sorry, and just put the bit through there and cleaned it out for the rivet and made sure it, the rivet would go in there. So the videos I watched, the guy, he drilled that rivet out there. Let's see if I can spin this around. It's pretty fragile. He drilled that one out there. See that hole? So I got that one out. And then you can pivot this glass. You pivot this frame and open it up. Then you can bow this frame a little bit. Get this top pin out. And then you can take that, that glass frame out of there. Set that aside. And then he puts the rubber all in here. But I mean, bending this around, it's flexible, and you keep bending it and flexing it, it could crack right here where it's pivoting. So one more rivet to drill out, and you could take this all off of this window channel piece here, and then you could do the gasket without risking bending this top piece, because you keep bending that back and forth, and that old little bracket's going to crack and break there. So I'm going to end up drilling that out and just removing this whole piece. It's going to be way simpler. Alright guys. Well, I got this wing window frame all apart. This little guy that stops it from opening too far, I just put that back on there just like it came off. Actually took a picture of it. You see it's got a little point on it. So I know which way to put it back on. And I'll clean this shaft up because it was kind of a pain to get off of here. So I got that out of the frame. You just bow this a little bit. And I did end up drilling this top rivet out. I think why the guy didn't want you to take that out, because the glass will come up here with the metal frame around the glass for the door, and it will hit that rivet if it's sticking, you know, if it's sticking too far out like that. But it's a compression rivet, so once you pinch it in there, just get a little file or something, and then just file that off of there. It'll still be swelled up in the frame. And then this other one on the back side here, you can put in there and do the same thing. And that ain't gonna pull apart because it's pulling this way and it's pulling that way. So it'll be fine. So these are the other ones. You gotta drill out here to put this new piece on here. And you gotta make sure you put that on the right way, because the glass sets against that rubber. So, piece of cake. Don't be afraid of doing your wing windows. So this channel here, I'll clean some of the little bit of surface rust in there, and it's got a little piece of window tape still left in that side, and I'll get this seal out of this frame here and sand it, maybe put some paint on it or something. But yeah, piece of cake. All right. Well, I got everything cleaned up. Looks pretty good. Got a lot of the rust off of the frame. Got the inside of the channel clean. Inside there, best I can. Wire brush and steel wool. So the first thing you want to make sure is get your seals out. And make sure it's the correct way that goes into your frame, because that'll mess you up big time. So I got my new glass out. I bought Easy Eye green glass, and this is the tape. Put it on the edge of the glass first, and squeeze it down into that frame. Maybe a little bit of Windex or something to help you if you're having a little trouble. And I got that all nice and clean, so that that little lock piece slides up and down good. But yeah, this rubber here has a little notch in it right here. And you just set that there and get that backside pop down in there first. And then work yourself around and feed this this top piece into here. And this is just an old tough piece of plastic I've had in a handle for something that I made like a trim removal tool, and then just ground it to a little thin sharp point, sort of. It's pretty tough. And then this piece here, got to make sure that goes the right way, and that's where them 5/16 rivets come in. We'll be riveting that to there. So yeah, so just take your time with that. Try not to bend that up. We'll get all this together and see what it looks like. Alright, well, I got it all back together. I got this setting tape here. It was just going to run wild until I could trim it. But it seems like it's not thick enough because the glass still can slide around in there a little bit. So I'm not sure what to do. Maybe get rid of the setting tape and put some black urethane in there to hold the glass, because the glass kind of moves 1/8 of an inch in and out. But yeah, looks pretty good. It opens and closes. Hard to do with one hand. This thing's wore out, but that's alright. So these rivets, they tell you to use. You see them sticking in that channel. Yeah, they're sticking up about 1/8 of an inch. I ground one right here. You can see this one on the bottom here I ground. So I'm going to take my my cutting wheel right there and get inside that channel and then just grind them flush so they won't interfere with the stainless that's on the door glass that rolls up and through there. But then I can stick the felt in there. Yeah, maybe I'll do the other one. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that driver's side door glass. Alright. Still got these drags on too. Well, I ended up doing that passenger side wing window too. Way easier than the first one. Yeah, guys, don't be afraid to do your seals on your wing windows. They're a piece of cake. So this one came out nice. Both sides. It's all fitting in there good. I did put the felt in there for the window glass to slide up and down. So it's like almost brand new. So I didn't put the glass into this one because it's going to do the same thing as this guy. So I'm going to get some of that black urethane and then squirt it up in here. I'll have them in the truck, and then I slide the glass in there and then shut these and then slide it till it just butts the the rubber seal there. Because if you're pushing in too far, then you'll have a gap there and you'll get that wind whistling. So yeah, pretty slick. So now it's time to work on them steps. Well, I got the boards outside and I put the linseed oil on them. 3 coats. Man, they're looking pretty nice. We'll see if they stay that color or not after they dry. Yeah, looking pretty good. Alright, well, you guys seen the bed boards all oiled up. I got the steps painted like the inside of the bed, so I can sand on them a little bit, make them weathered. Just got that side set in there. And over on this side of the truck, I got that one. Yeah, looks pretty cool. You know, and I'll sand it up too. Yeah, now I need to sand that rear fender and that front fender. Ah, geez, always something, right? Well, I think we'll make this one a wrap. Maybe next time I'll have the wood in that bed, or really close to putting it in there. I got to put my brake line back on and a few other things. So, appreciate you guys watching. You guys take it easy. Hey, look at that, I got the old mud bogs on. Man, he's crawling through the mud. Well, you guys take it easy. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Take care.